Luka Doncic has been traded to the Los Angeles Lakers in what is easily the biggest and most shocking trade deadline move we have ever seen. Let's talk about Luka, because Luka is only 25 years old and has been named first-team All-NBA 5 times in his first 6 seasons. Something in the post-merger era that has only been achieved by Tim Duncan and Larry Bird, 2 franchise title-winning superstars. The Mavs do not believe in Luka's future because of his weight issues.
They don't think they can win with him. They're worried about the kind of defense he plays. They're worried about the kind of way he keeps himself in condition.
Because of this, the story is going the Mavs were hesitant to give Luka the Supermax, but did they just give up on a future multiple MVP? In his first 6 seasons, Michael Jordan became one of just 2 players in post-merger history to average over 28 points, 6 rebounds, and 6 assists per game. The other player to do that is, of course, Luka Doncic. It was after year 6 that Jordan rose to the level of greatness we know him by. Kyrie Irving is, of course, an incredible second option on a playoff contender. After Kyrie, the Mavs were a team of role players, and we have the receipts to prove it. Luka in the 2024 finals averaged 29.2 points, 8.8 rebounds, 5.6 assists, and 2.6 steals per game, leading the Mavs in all of those categories, and the next highest scorer on the team was Kyrie with 19.8 points, and then PJ Washington with just 10.8. After Luka and Kyrie, the Mavs had absolutely no playmaking help for those stars. For the entire 2024 NBA playoffs, Luka, as he's been doing, made NBA history on the stat sheet. He became one of just 4 players to average at least 28 points and 8 assists per game on a conference champion, the others being Nikola Jokic, Michael Jordan, and LeBron, who did it twice. Brian Windhorst reported that he received a text from an NBA All-Star that said, "Do you know how much the Mavericks must have hated Luka?" We clearly were not aware of this, but watch here as Luka is drinking a beer next to his dad and celebrate winning the 2024 Western Conference Finals when the disdain for Luka was just awkward in this moment. And let's jump back to the 2024 Western Conference Finals, where against Anthony Edwards in Game 2, Luka did this.
Doncic maneuvers for the lead. Got it! Got it! What a shot! Dallas has taken the lead.
In a 5-game series win in which the Timberwolves were favored going in, Luka not only averaged more assists per game, rebounds per game, and steals per game than Ant, he also had almost 8 more points per game. We have seen Luka do this throughout his career. In his first ever playoff series against the 2020 Clippers, who at the time had a healthy Kawhi Leonard and Paul George, Luka would do this in Game 4.
Back to Doncic. Doncic pulls up, 3-pointer. Bang! Bang! It's good! Doncic wins the game at the buzzer!
As a 21-year-old, Luka led the team in points, rebounds, and assists per game with an incredible 31 points, 9 rebounds, and 8.7 assists per game against a veteran and elite defensive wing duo in Kawhi Leonard and Paul George. The Mavs believe Luka is never going to stay in shape, so by their logic, they're selling high, they're trading him before his trade value plummets. But what are we talking about here? For one thing, it's been reported that the NBA as a whole was shocked by this.
And I'm told Luka Doncic, Anthony Davis, LeBron James, the players, coaches, a lot of people on both sides with the Mavericks and Lakers had no idea. I can assuredly tell you it's a fact. LeBron James had no idea this was coming. Anthony Davis had no idea this was coming. I'm told Luka Doncic is still stunned about this.
Playoff run with LeBron and Luka is going to be awesome to watch. But listen to this. LeBron has been privately telling players that his dream player to play with for years is Luka Doncic. The Lakers went and got Luka for LeBron, and we know that LeBron is still performing like a top player in the NBA. The Lakers now have a franchise player for the foreseeable future. They do not have to worry about the post-LeBron era. They have Luka Doncic, a 25-year-old whose best years are ahead of him. Dallas has put themselves into a very tough position. They are only 8th in the Western Conference, and they need to perform and win games now, this very season, because suddenly their core is made up of all older and veteran talent. Yes, guys like PJ Washington, Daniel Gafford, and Derek Lively are solid, but Dallas is relying on Kyrie Irving, who is 32 years old, Klay Thompson, who is about to turn 35, and Anthony Davis, who's about to turn 32. Anthony Davis has had a reputation for missing games in the past. Basketball Reference lists one of his nicknames as street clothes, and Bubble AD was absolutely needed to win the 2020 championship for the Lakers. He has proven that he is a star second option. But when you trade a superstar generational talent like Luka, you need to be doing it for one of 2 reasons. 1, you think the roster that you are creating will win a championship, or 2, you are completely blowing up your roster, hitting a hard reset and going for a rebuild. While Luka was just given a career wake-up call, Luka now has one thing on his mind in a Lakers uniform. get revenge on the team that gave up on him.
Honestly, the value that he brings to the franchise, to the NBA, to this organization, it's immeasurable. I feel like we're going to be champions, and it will be because of Luka. So I'll be honored to deliver that championship.
He's thinking, I'm going to prove I'm not just a generational young star. I am one of the best to ever play this game. Watch me.